three of which you can do completely unarmored. The last one is kind of full speed, full contact sort of thing. So we'll get that after the armor's on, but these other drills kind of lead up into it. Okay, so the first three drills are, there's one that is strike as you block, and the other one is block as you strike. Okay, the idea here being we're getting away from the my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. You swing, I block, I swing, you block. Right? We need to get out of that so that the offense and the defense are happening at the same time. Okay. Whenever you throw a shot, there is a threat coming at you because the motion creates opportunity. If you're going to throw a shot out there and you're exposing a target somewhere, you need to be able to account for what your opponent is doing. Right. The third one is a 2-second drill, which you guys been doing that? Did I go over that one? Yeah. Okay. The point of the 2-second drill is you get at the beginning level of fighting, you get the fighters that aren't comfortable with the amount of target zone that is required. They need like this much target zone to feel comfortable throwing at something, right? So we need to get them firing more frequently because the more you throw at an imperfect target, the smaller your target zone eventually becomes. But if you never throw at a target because you don't think you're going to be able to get to it, then your target zone is going to remain that big, okay? So firing more frequently on the beginning end of fighting. Oh, that's right. Okay. Firing more frequently in the beginning stages of fighting, so that you get practice. I mean, it's basically like doing pellet work against live opponents, right? So why don't you come down and work with your gear? Okay. And then the other side of that is Oh, you're good. Okay. The other side of it is so on the front end for the kind of newer fighters, it is a drill that is all about the frequency of blows. It's not the speed of the blows; it's the frequency of blows, and the pattern is at least once every 2 seconds, right? Fire, recover, fire, recover, fire, target, right?
Just like your pellet work.
Just like it's weird, huh? So but the second part of it is to address fighters at the higher end of the spectrum who want to be throwing faster and more and throwing all these combos and everything, right? Remember I was saying that there are two parts of the recovery. There's the physical recovery where you're getting better mechanics for the next shot you get, and then there's the target recognition recovery where you're taking that extra time that you need to truly identify the next real target, not the target that you want to be open, right? So this is a drill that forces you to do that. So on the second end of it, it's at least once every 2 seconds, but not more than twice in 1 second. So those are the first three drills that we're going to go through. We're going to start with strike as you block. Okay. There is in any drill that you do, there are two roles to the drill. There is the trainer and the trainee. Okay. You have to identify, which of you is taking which of those roles. Okay. By trainer, that doesn't mean you know more information than your opponent knows. Okay, these are just the two roles. The trainer is facilitating the drill for the trainee, right? So we need to understand what the different roles are and what the functions are within each drill. Okay, so instead of let me have you here, I'm going to have you do this with Garrett. Okay. So what we're going to do, this is strike as you block. Okay, actually, I'm going to go the other way. Block as you strike. Block as you strike means that the trainee is going to initiate a blow, and as he is throwing at that target, the trainer is going to give him a counter blow to account for. Okay? So it is block as you strike, which means the trainee, I'm going to have you be the trainee on this one, is going to initiate contact. He's going to initiate the blow. So as he starts into his shot, Derek is going to give him something to counter. And it doesn't really necessarily have to, I mean, it could be something really oddball, weird sort of stuff, because that's the whole point of this is that shot could be coming from anywhere, and you need to have the presence of mind to account for that block as that shot as it's coming in, okay? So, so you will initiate contact, okay? So go ahead and get up in your stance there. And again, initially, I mean, we're doing this unarmored, so we need to consider the safety factor. So the speed of blows here is going to be such that, we're making this safe, okay? You can start them out fast as long as you kind of pull the power off of there. One of the dangers of doing drills like this, doing slow work, is sometimes you end up kind of going faster and faster and faster. So we need to keep that in mind to slow that down, especially without any armor on. So you're going to initiate a shot, and Garrick, as you're doing this, right, you need to be giving the trainer needs to have that blow go out soon enough after initial contact that you're doing the same thing. You don't want Seto to finish his blow and then throw something for him to block. That's my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, right? It's block as you strike, okay? So, there you go, good, now recover. And you want to keep that flow, throw one, block it, recover. Remember, Seto has to be the one initiating the contact, because he is the trainer. Okay, and yeah, you got to get that block up. So that one, he threw that one in there, and you're going, oh, I guess I can probably pull this up here again. Yeah. Right? Block as you strike. Okay, get back, set back up, complete your recovery, get your shot off.
So left one hanging down there.
Yeah,
Yep.
parallel to the ground.
Right? This is why we do this. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have everybody line up on a good row. And after you've done some, we'll do, just do 30 to 60 seconds of the end, and we're going to have the trainees on this side. Right? So Seamus, Lauren, Seto will be trainee.
You got one extra.
Yes, this is, listen up guys. Initially, these drills are going to be a static drill where you're not moving around and everything, but as you get more comfortable with the drill, you add some footwork to it, right? And the whole point of drills, again with the muscle memory, we're trying to execute this, we're trying to learn how these things happen, and as we progress in the drills, we need to make the drills more and more like live combat. So eventually, as you're doing the drills, you're executing it as you are going to execute it in live combat. Okay. So, but initially, it goes real slow, so you understand. Again, you can break down the mechanics, you can see how these things are supposed to be done. This is the training portion of it, right? So what you'll see later once we get into armor is we're going to start with these drills to basically warm yourself up, and then that puts you in that mindset to be thinking about these things as you're fighting throughout the rest of the day. Does that make sense? So initially it's a static drill. Just get in a range, and later you'll be able to kind of move around a little bit. Okay? So remember, strike as you walk. The trainee initiates contact. The trainer will provide something that trainee has to account for.
Change your mind. No, you're. No, you're going.
No, I'm not.
Well, do it this way. I'll train, then you turn and train.
Sure. Yeah.
So you initiate on me.
If you're going to initiate with your left hand, you have either your left hand to walk with or your right hand. So these are going to be something that sometimes it's going to be one of those ball sort of thing.
Yeah, what she's going to do. You didn't throw anything.
Yeah, throw it as he's.
Okay, if you haven't already, go ahead and switch roles. So the trainee is on the other side.
No, because you get reversed because now you're initiating against a different opponent.
Yeah, initiating against. So now you initiate.
Good point.
Yeah.
No, he should Sig initiate on
You're not as concerned
Drew.
about
Yes, you're initiating.
him something to block. As the trainer, you're
Drew initiate on Seamus.
and he needs to know how to block as
Yeah, just a little bit. I was thinking, like, oh. Yep. Right, sorry, go ahead.
Miss, you're doing a cock still.
Slower, more of a slower.
So do initiation, right?
Oh, this is the facilitator of this drill. So you were getting in something which had to be done, right? But he's going out there and worry about whether or not you want it. It's not about
Somebody react to the rap.
Way too fast.
Yeah. So also, you got one more thing. So exact same thing, right? Your arm is way high.
And it's also completely straight locked.
Yeah.
Because instead of going good form or throwing a shot, I think I can hit you.
Okay, does everybody have a chance to do those rolls? Okay, so now we're gonna go into the next one. This one is strike as you block, and I start with that one because it's an active, it's an active participation for the trainee. Okay, so we start with strike as you block, where the trainee is initiating contact. Okay, so as you kind of go through these drills, if you're gonna do them in a particular order, this is the order I recommend. Strike as you block, and when you're training this, it's easier to get because, like I said, the trainee has something to do to begin with. Okay, the second one is block, so that's strike as you block. The other one is, block as you strike. You're initiating contact. The other one is roll reversed. Okay, now it is strike as you block. Okay,
So we've been doing block as you strike.
we do block as you strike, right? Because as I initiate contact, I have to pick up what's coming at me, right? Now, as my opponent initiates contact, I'm going to account for the blow and counter after that, right? Again, offense and defense happening at the same time, getting away from the my turn, your turn, right? You throw, I block, I blow, I throw, you block, we're getting out of that, okay? So now it's the trainer is going to be initiating contact, okay? So trainer, and again, the trainer is not concerned about whether or not his blow lands, okay? And actually, on the flip side of it, the trainer is not concerned about whether or not he blocks the blow that's coming back at him, okay? The trainer, you are facilitating, you are initiating contact so that the trainee can account for the blow and deliver one at the same time. Does it make sense? So let me have you guys try to do that. So you are the trainee. Garrick is the trainer. Garrick is going to initiate contact. You're just going to throw whatever you see. You account for the blow while you're striking back.
It's still static, not
Still static drill, right? Still static drill.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry is the trainer, which means Terry is initiating contact. We just did it the other way around.
Oh, we just switched.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
When you're able to move, but I need to work still. Very
You're not blocking.
Get you blocking, I'm supposed to be blocking.
Yep. You're blocking and firing at the same time.
Yeah, you fire on me.
Respond to the attack.
This is strike as you block.
So you're going to nice and slow. So I got that.
Yep. It's strike as you block.
But at the same time. Not one after the other.
Right. Exactly.
Same shot, just so.
That's better.
So if I fire on you.
Firing.
So glad that was on.
That's only kind of like.
There you go. Just like that.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody had a chance to do this?
both sides of that?
Okay? Does that make sense? Like I said, it starts off as a static drill. When we get into armor, you'll be able to go a little faster, which makes it a little more real. You'll be able to execute, faster speed, incidental contact, and you'll be able to move. Yeah, and it is. I mean, initially when you're just doing it here, to get the idea of the pattern of it, the idea that you're striking as you block or you're blocking as you strike, right? And separating those roles and doing them. And they are two different drills that end up kind of looking the same, but it's a matter of who's initiating contact for the most part. Okay, that's the difference in them. The bigger difference is, if you're going to attack your opponent and you're throwing something out there, you have to be aware that there's something coming back at you. And likewise, if your opponent is striking at you, you don't want to simply put up a block while you can also take advantage of targets being presented, right? So strike as you block as you strike. Those are the two to begin with. Next one is the 2-second drill. Like I was saying, it's we're going to cut down this target zone a little bit by having you firing more frequently. This is a drill that is all about recovery and target recognition. Okay, so the trainee in this drill, basically the trainer is going to stand and present, can present targets, but mostly is giving something for the trainee to recover through. Okay. Again, this is about the frequency of blows. Terry, let me hear you come out here. About frequency of blows, not the speed at which you're throwing the blows. Okay? So the frequency is at least once every 2 seconds, but not more than twice in 1 second. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw 10 blows at that frequency. Okay? And again, being out of armor and everything, I'm not going to be. Sometimes I'm going to be throwing into the shield, right? So, but ideally, what we want as the trainer, occasionally as you put up a block for one, you can perhaps let that block linger a little bit, kind of hold it there for a second, so as you complete that recovery, you're presenting a target for your opponent to go to. That's how, as a facilitator of the drill, you can get them into the target recognition. Because really, if he throws flat snap and I just keep blocking flat snap over and over again, that doesn't help with the target recognition portion of that. Okay, so that's one way that you can kind of help as a trainer to give them other targets to move to. Okay.
Still static.
Not
much.
Yeah, not much movement. It's still static drill. Okay. So I'm going to run through initially, and this is one where you just want to make sure that you're in range. Okay. And like I said, you're just going to throw 10 shots at that frequency. Okay. So it comes off as. There you go. Thanks for being the target there. Okay. See what happened there? I came off the offside, I started to roll into this, which is a shot that I do a lot of, it's perfectly valid, but for the purpose of this drill, that's a fail, okay? You want to be able to fire, recover, fire, recover, fire, recover, making sure that everything goes through the shoulder as you complete that recovery, okay? And again, target recognition. I'm looking for targets as I'm completing that recovery, okay? That make sense? Okay, so Terry, now you're going to do it on me. Okay.
Continuous movement.
Yep. Fire, recover. There you go. Like that. No, not quite.
Didn't recover long enough?
Right, and it's, again, at least once every 2 seconds, not more than twice in 1 second. So coming off of this one and going completely around to this one, not quite the purpose of the drill. Again, perfectly valid technique. But for the purpose of the drill, for creating that additional time that you want to identify that target, you want to make sure to get it back all the way through the shoulder. Whoa.
Continuous.
Remember that whole, you always want to throw with the easiest shot to throw thing? My shield down here like this, what's the easiest shot to throw? Right.
Not that one?
Right. Okay, so continuous motion, fire, recover, fire, recover, fire, recover.
Relax and smooth.
Right.
think about shot selection too.
Right. There you
See,
go.
got the offset, 70+.
All right, you see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's the flow of it. It's transitioning from one to the next, and it's taking that extra little bit of time you need to find the real target, okay? Like I said, there's a lot of flow that we do, but for the purpose of this drill, for breaking that habit of just throwing combinations, we need to force it back to the shoulder. And if you go from one shot immediately to the next shot, that's a fail. Make sense? That's how you guys line up. And
You said you're doing about 10 shots each?
yes, and I know we just did a little bit more right there. But yeah, just do, each of you is gonna do 10, just 10 shots. And again, the trainer, if possible, can let a block linger for a little extra time so that there is a target for your opponent to go to, the trainee to go to.
Oh, no, you go.
Yeah. Static drill there, Seamus. You can get to that later. And actually, that's the fourth drill. That's the armor drill. It's the 30-second kill drill.
I may stick around just to pick that up on camera.
Yeah.
I know, that's the toughest thing.
Yeah. It's hard.